welcome again to another video. Today we're going to talk about hypergamy, and I know you've probably heard a lot about hypergamy. That's kind of the it's kind of the worldly term that we hear on the red pill community, where they talk about hypergamy being about 6 foot tall, let's set that off. It's about being 6 foot tall, six-pack abs, all that stuff, making 6-figure income. That's not hypergamy. That may be a small piece of it, but the biggest piece of hypergamy is a woman is loyal, a woman is attracted to a man based on her emotions, on how she feels, okay? And that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. Because if you want loyalty over a long period of time, if you want success long-term in your marriage and in your relationship, you're going to have to understand the way the women operate. They're loyal to their feelings. When they tell you, I love you, you're so amazing, you're hot, you're sexy, all those things, that literally means right now you are those things. Okay? Right now you are those things. But that loyalty and longevity is based on her feelings. And a man who cannot make a woman feel is a man who's going to get cheated on and going to get divorced. She's going to divorce that man. I have seen ugly guys, really, really ugly guys with really, really pretty women who don't even make a lot of money, but they're very successful with the ladies. And they're successful with the ladies because the women like how they make them feel. Okay, now you will notice this too. In my home, I'm like a magnet. The children like to be around me all the time. They always want to be around me. They want to go with me to work all the time. They want to literally be glued to me 24/7. Okay? That's because children are the same way. They like to be around people who make them feel. Okay? And a lot of that has to do with feelings of security. So like when a woman is chaotic, like I told you, that water energy, it's chaotic. It can bring life and nourishment, but it can also bring death and destruction. You think about water that breaks the banks, and flooding in a city, it devastates, it destroys structures, lives, crops, everything. Mold comes from that, like, if you think about it. But when water is channeled properly in a river, it brings nutrients to everything downstream. That if you think about the masculine and feminine energy, the woman likes to feel safe and secure, like the riverbanks are guiding her and leading her somewhere, taking her to a destination. So when I say that women are attracted to or loyal to their feelings, what I'm really getting at is that you have to make your wife feel things. And this on the surface might sound very difficult. It might sound like, oh man, you tell me I gotta have a game plan and I have to like, think about what I'm doing all the time, and I have to make her feel. Look, if you're acting like God, if your character is like God, if it's like your Father in heaven, you're not going to really have to do a whole lot of thinking, because it's just going to come natural to you. You're not going to have to put a lot of thought into it. Basically, a man who is like God is going to keep a woman on her toes. He's going to make her feel things. When you tell her no, when you tell her that the way that she's speaking to you is disrespectful, and it's that's not going to be tolerated. When you set boundaries, when you Tell her you have expectations of her. She is going to get turned on. Initially, she's going to be angry with you. But that's going to turn into attraction. So that's making her feel something. My wife, I say things at times that maybe seem rough. Maybe it seems cocky, arrogant. Maybe it seems, I'm trying to think of the word. But you get what I'm saying. Like, I say what I want, what I need to say. I say it. I don't get emotional. If my wife's emotional, I'm just not emotional. I'm a rock. I'm that riverbank that doesn't move. Okay? That makes her feel something. And the old saying is that you can make a woman feel anything but bored. That's the truth. That is the gospel truth. That you can make a woman feel anything but bored. And the problem is the nice guy, the guy who thinks he's being like Jesus by begging her and doing whatever she wants and making her his God, that man is boring her to death. Boring her to tears. Which is why they go outside the marriage. They get the work husband. Like, if you know me, you know I don't advocate for your wife working. The scripture says that your wife is not to work. She's to be a worker in the home. Okay? That means a lot of different things, but it doesn't mean going to work and working underneath other people's authority. You know what I believe about seed. Seed is, in scripture, seed is not just the little thing you plant in the ground. Seeds are words. There's a whole lot of things that have to do with seeds. I'm not getting into that right now. But telling her no, leading her, guiding her, correcting her, instructing her, and grooming her. 2 Timothy 3:16. That is love. When you love her the way that you're supposed to, she will adore you. She might get angry with you, but guess what? If she feels anger, it's better than feeling nothing. If she feels disappointment, if she feels sad, if she feels angry, that's better than feeling indifferent. With a woman, indifference is death. The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. If your woman is indifferent towards you, you've got a massive problem. You have a very, very big problem with things. So the nice guy, the Jesus guy, the guy that's running around with the little coffee cup and the little leather loafers, and he dresses like Mr. Rogers, and he speaks in the soft, quiet tone. Another thing, too, is a lot of Christian men today are scared to be men. Cursing is not fuck. Cursing is not shit. Those are not curse words. You need to get that through your head. You've been lied to in church to domesticate you. I'm not talking about going out and cussing like a sailor, but I'm saying a man should sound like a man. Paul said, if you remember in scripture, it said that Paul, he said people consider him rude in speech. What do you think he means by that? He's a man's man. He tells them, hey, if you think you're so holy for getting circumcised, why don't you just go lob the whole thing off? He tells women, if you're going to act like a man, go shave your hair off. Go shave your head off. Look like a man. Okay? He was not Mr. Polite, Mr. Rogers. He was not the teetotaling Christian man that we see today in churches. That's the yes man, and he speaks very femininely, and he's soft and gentle and all these things. That is not the portrayal of God in Scripture, even of Christ. Christ made a whip of cords and overturned tables, money changers. Okay? And you brood of vipers. And what do you think? Would you ever hear a man in church speaking like that today? Turning over tables, making a whip out of cords, saying that I'll spit you out of my mouth. I mean, look at the language. Come on. But you're not going to make a woman feel anything by acting feminine. You're not her girlfriend. She got with you because she wanted a man. Because naturally, masculinity makes women feel a certain way. It makes them ride the roller coaster of highs and lows. Women are attracted through negative emotions. Okay? Quit thinking that when she gets mad at you, that it's a problem. It's a good thing. If she's upset, when she gets upset with you, because you tell her no and she pouts and sulks, good. Because in an hour she's going to love you more because of it. But you're so worried that you're going to make her dislike you and she's going to run off on you. But the truth of the matter is that the more that you show the characteristics of God in your relationship, the more attracted she's going to be to you, because she's feeling things. She's feeling things that she can't feel on her own. All right, I take a phone call. So yeah, she's looking to you to make her feel things that she cannot feel on her own. For you to evoke emotions in her that she cannot feel herself is what she's looking for. She's looking for you to make her feel strength. One of my most recent videos was talking about she wants to feel your strength. Well, feeling your strength involves telling her no. That's one way she feels your strength. Feeling your strength also includes being able to tell her what you expect from her, what you want from her, how much you want her to spend on groceries, how you want her to speak to the children, what you want her teaching the children. But a man who is not worried about how he says things, he's not worried about trying to be soft and gentle in everything that he says, like a man who is rough around the edges, that is attractive to a woman. That's how she feels. That's how you make her feel things, is by being a man, by being masculine. That's how she feels your power. So the key is not to have a marriage that is, your wife is never unhappy, your wife is never disappointed. Look, like, disappointment is a part of life. Disappointment is a part of life. No, you're not getting those shoes today. You know, like, and my wife now, like, if I say no to something, there, maybe once in a great while, there might be a little sulking, like you can tell the look on her face. But very rarely. It used to happen a lot in the beginning, because she used to be able to get what she wanted by sulking, by having that look, the pouty look on her face. But when they realize it doesn't work anymore, they're fine with it. But that's one way she feels your strength, is by telling her no, by setting boundaries, by not tolerating disrespect. And if you not tolerating disrespect means you guys don't talk for 3, 4, 5, 6 days, that's how she feels your strength. She knows you're not going to budge, or you're not going to move. So hypergamy, as much as people say, oh, you got to make all this money and you got to, look, women are women with a man who is like God, who's a masculine man. A woman having a man like that is like how gamblers are with slot machines. It's addicting. Women are addicted to men who make them feel things. That's why women will get with the bad boy who has no life, no job, lives in his parents' basement, smokes dope, playing PlayStation, because that guy, he can make her, he's more than likely toxic, maybe even abusive, but he makes her feel things that she can't feel on her own. And that is what I'm trying to get at. That's what I'm trying to tell you, is that if you can make her feel things, that's what's going to keep her attracted to you the rest of her life. And it's not a gimmick. It's not like, oh, I need to plot this out. It's simply by you becoming like God. It comes from you simply being in his character. You're going to make her feel all kinds of things. All kinds of things. Because she can feel your strength. That is the key to longevity in marriage. This is what you're not going to get on the red pill community, because the red pill community is 99.9% unmarried men, single men who basically are having their way with women, running through women. And look, it doesn't take a genius. If you've got a little bit of game, you can get a woman. I could pick up pretty much any woman I wanted now. But that doesn't really require much. You just have to put on a good facade. To get a woman and keep a woman, you're going to have to know these things. You're going to have to understand these things. That they're looking for power. They want to feel power. They want to feel your powerful presence, in that you say no, you're not afraid to upset them. You even cuss a little bit here and there to, accentuate your masculine qualities. It's necessary for you, if you want to keep your wife, if you want to activate hypergamy in her long term for the rest of your life, you're going to have to be the man that she sees as irreplaceable. The man who is so strong that he cannot be manipulated by her. She can't play mind games with you. She can't lie to you. The girls and I, we were going to go on a church retreat in Las Vegas over the weekend. No, hell no. No, you done lost your mind. If they can do stupid shit with you, if they can pull the wool over your eyes. Oh well, Bob from work was we're going to lunch to discuss. No way, dude, not happening. So you're gonna have to figure this out. You're gonna have to learn God's characteristics, and God's characteristics are very manly, very masculine. And truth be told, the portrayal of Jesus we see in the church is not the truth. It is not what God is like at all. All you got to do is go read Revelation and see what's going on there, like a sword coming out of his mouth, dividing the sheep and the goats. Just go read Scripture. He talks about hell more than anywhere in Scripture. He is not telling you that he is this all soft and cuddly, Volvo driving, Starbucks drinking, Birkenstock wearing hippie Jesus. That is not who God is. God says you will respect him and submit to him, or you will not be in a relationship with him. Okay? He lays down the rules, lays down the law, and there are consequences. Look at Ananias and Sapphira in the New Testament. Look at the strange fire in the Old Testament. Like, he doesn't play. God is a very masculine. Why is he referred to as a he? Because he is the embodiment of masculine traits. So you have to learn to be like your Father in heaven if you want to be successful with your wife. So, hypergamy. It's about, if you want her loyalty, long-term loyalty and commitment, if you want her adoration, her love, her affection, if you want her loyalty, all those things, you're going to have to make her feel. And making her feel means all the things that go behind the word feel. Disappointed, angry, sad, anxious, worried, all those things. Sexy. You're going to have to make her feel sexy too. Like my wife, she'll get to feeling like she's fat and ugly. I just take her to the bedroom and I show her. I show her, like, you made that. That down there, you made that. That's yours. You made that. You did that. I saw that and I wanted it. And that makes her feel good. And it makes her feel my power too, because I take it. I want it. I take it. That's very attractive to her. It makes her feel very sexy, makes her feel very loved, makes her feel very wanted, makes her feel like she's attractive to me. So she doesn't need the approval of other men. She doesn't want the approval of other men. That's the thing. When your wife is getting what she needs from you, when she can feel your power, she'll run around in the most covering clothing, and she's not a pick-me. She's not out running around looking for other guys to give her attention, because to her, in her world, she's like, I got something nobody else has. I've got a really good deal. And that's ultimately what this is about, is she wants to know she got a good deal. She got somebody bigger than her, smarter than her, stronger than her, not emotional like her, someone who doesn't put her on a pedestal. And this is the very problem from the beginning. Adam's God became the woman, and the woman's God became Satan. This is the overcoming pattern of Scripture. The woman has to overcome the serpent, and the man has to overcome the woman. The man's God has to be Christ. The woman's God has to be the man. Everything has to go back to its proper order. So you have to overcome your wife, putting her on a pedestal and making her your God, which is exactly what men today have done. They've made their wife their God. So, if you want to have a long, successful, happy, amazing marriage filled with sex and babies and lingerie and kisses and hugs and all kinds of goodies, and you don't even have to ask for it, she just showers you with it, it's going to take you understanding that you have to be a man and stop listening to this feminist church shit that they're pumping out about being a little wussy, being a little cardigan wearing, skinny jeans and a cardigan, and not being a threatening man. Look, I am 6'2" and I am stout as shit. Like, I've got a massive chest. I go to the gym. I work out. I take care of myself. I don't obsess with the gym, and that's a whole nother story. Guys that have to compensate by, looking like roided out, vain creatures, that's not attractive either. And usually those guys are trying to compensate for something they don't have up here. And a man with true mental strength, a man with emotional strength, a man who's competent and congruent, all those things, he doesn't feel the need that he has to have a Ford Mustang GT or a Corvette or a Lamborghini to measure the size of his sexual organ. He knows who he is. He knows what he is. He knows what he's capable of doing. He's very sure in himself, okay? So, yes, you need to go to the gym. Yes, you need to dress nice. Yes, you need to take care of yourself. You need to brush your teeth. You need to smell good. Everywhere I go, women tell me how good I smell. You need to smell good. You need to invest in good colognes. You need to have, nice jewelry, nice watches. Got this amazing Garmin Epix Pro Gen 2 watch here, $1,200 watch. I didn't pay that for it because I've got connections, but I'm telling you, look nice. Jewelry, this copper bracelet here has medicinal purposes, good for the body. I've got silver ones too, but take care of yourself. Look nice. Quit wearing Crocs, pulled up to your knees, with socks pulled up to your knees. Quit running around in baggy shirts. Most of these dads I see running around with their wives. Their wives are all like got the leggings, which that's a no-no in my house. My wife doesn't wear leggings. That's for you to decide. But you see the women out at the stores, they got makeup on and they're all dressed up and everything else, and the guy just looks like a bucket of shit, like hot steamy shit. Like, he just looks, I don't know anybody that would want to sleep with him. So look, if other women don't want him, his wife isn't going to want him. That's just the truth. He's not a good deal. Women want a good deal. They want to know, oh, wow, I went up. Like, I'm here and I got this. If you hear women, when they go shopping, they always want to say, oh my gosh, this is worth $1,000 and I got it for $25. Such a good deal. That's what they want to say about you. Oh my goodness, my husband is so amazing. Like, you know, he's so good in bed, and he's, you know, I'm not saying they talk about that, they probably do, but I know my wife does. I know she's probably bragging about me because I am. But she's like, oh my gosh, he's so good, he's so amazing, and he's so strong, and oh my gosh, he built this, and he fixed the car, and that's what they want. They want to feel your strength. They want to know that you are better than them in every way, shape, and form, and that you know that you're better than them. Okay? That's the key, is you knowing you're better than them. Because if you're better than them and you don't know it, then she knows that she can control you. So if you want longevity in marriage, if you want a long, happy, successful marriage, she's got to worship you like a god. Yes, I said that. And I know you're probably going to want to stone me because I'm saying this, but it's the truth. You are God's representative on earth. When she submits and worships you, she is worshiping Christ. That's what Scripture says. The head of the man is Christ. The head of the woman is man. God created this order in the beginning, and it was messed up by the serpent, and it's still being messed up today. The sooner we figure this stuff out, the sooner we get this all figured out, the better things are going to be. We need to begin to show the world that the church as a whole has awesome marriages where the women love their men, where the women submit to their men, and the women are crazy about their men. I don't know. When we're in public, I can't tell you how many different people have said to me, I want what you have. We go to football games. My son is in public school because he started out there. He's finishing there, but he plays football. We go to football games. He was in track and baseball. We would go to those events, and my wife has always got her hand on me, holding my hand, rubbing the inside of my thigh, kissing me, rubbing my head. And you see these other men that the women don't even want to sit next to them. They want nothing to do with them. It's because they have no power. And I've shared this, I don't know how many times. Meekness is power under restraint. If you're the little Mr. Rogers, loafer-wearing Mr. Rogers, or the croc-wearing Mr. Rogers, with the cardigan sweater, and you're soft, and your hands look beautiful, and you don't know how to change the oil in your car, but you sing really good at church, and you make sure you have a big smile on your face, and when you shake people's hands, you're limp-wristed, and you're so nice, and you're so sweet, and you're Mr. Yes Man. There's nothing attractive about that. There's nothing to get a woman excited about that. She's not excited to go home and have sex with her best girlfriend. You know what I mean? It's just, there's nothing attractive. It's polarity. God designed men and women through polarity to be attractive. Men get attracted to women through spending time with them. Women get attracted to men through spending time apart with them. Men are attracted through positive emotional experiences with the woman. Women are attracted to men through negative emotional experiences with men. Yes, I said that. Yes, when you tell her no, you are creating a positive negative. You are, through a negative, you are creating a positive emotion for her. That's the truth. When you make her feel negative things, you are creating attraction to her. Attraction to yourself. So, just like everything in Scripture, if you want to save your life, you got to lose it, right? That's the truth. Everything seems counterintuitive, but for you to have a long, successful marriage, don't be trying to get the six-pack. Don't be trying to make $1 million a year. Don't be trying to, regrow your hair. Don't be trying all that, because women are just not as visual as men are. Okay? can make a woman feel something, you're going to be in her pants for the rest of her life, and she ain't going to want anything else. My wife, she covers herself when she's not with me, and, you know, when we're in the bedroom, she uncovers herself. She wants the world to know she's taken. She wants the world to know that she's taken, and that she's very happy with what she has. We go to the store, she's fully covered. She's got long skirts all the way to the ground. Her top half is covered. She wears mascara, and that's it. And I'm looking like the cock of the hen pen. That's my job, is to look good. I got, you know, $200 shoes, $150, $200 shoes on. I've got nice jewelry, nice smell, you know, nice hats, everything. That's your job. And that makes her feel something. When she goes in public and all the women are checking her husband out, all the other women are walking around with their beta beer belly men, wearing their Crocs and socks and their baggy basketball shorts, and their hair's not combed and they haven't showered in a week, looks like they've been playing PlayStation in the man cave. Those women are checking me out, being like, oh man, she's got something special there. And she's got her hands all over them, and they got 8 kids. Like, man, I want that. To her, she's like, my wife is like, yeah, I got a good deal. And she likes to show it off. So, for the sake of not beating a dead horse, hypergamy is simply how you make her feel. Is it important? All the little nuances? Yeah. It's important to take care of yourself. Those things are important. But I'm telling you, just like they say in working out, like 80% of it is diet, 20% is exercise. I'm telling you, 80% of your marriage is going to be how you make her feel. 20% of it is going to be how you look. But you need the components. You need all the components. You need to be dressing nice. You need to do all those things. But the bigger thing is she needs to be able to feel your power. You need to have some power for her to feel, my friend. You need to have some power for her to feel. You have to be that guy that's not afraid to say things that's going to upset her. We'll be driving, and, you know, I'll say something, you know, oh, that's bullshit, or, you know, what the fuck is that, you know? And I'm not afraid that she's like, oh my gosh, like, you know, that's a bit harsh. Whatever. I'll say, just smile at her and wink. Yeah, that's your man. He did. There's a song that was on Footloose, the original Footlong, or not Footlong. Thinking about something now. Footloose soundtrack back in the, I think it was in the 80s. There's a song. He goes something like, "My man, he doesn't know how to dance, and he ain't no Romeo, but he's my loving one-man show." You go listen to that song, and that song is telling you that guy knows how to make her feel something, okay? He may not be rich, he may not be a good dancer, he may not, like, have all this stuff, but that guy, that country boy, can make that girl feel something. And at the end of the day, if you want a long, successful, happy marriage, you're going to have to make her feel the power of God in your home, in your bedroom, when you're out and about. She's got to know that you are